Christmas carolers. I hate Christmas carolers. Screeching voice, little blue sniffers. I warned you, Brad!
What are they? They're here. Oh, they've come for me. I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready.
My God, Fry.
Oh, yeah, it's Christmas time, ladies and gentlemen. Get your girl, get butt naked, and get in front of the fire. Then turn on the podcast and let her vagina dry up. And then get wet again when she hear these three brothers start talking. Yeah, especially me, and especially DJ Sue. Now, CJ, probably that's her thing. CJ is more of a shower than an actual talker. But, the point is this. Get ready for
Dude, you just exposed my secret here. Come on. Jeez. Come on. What are you doing?
I'm mad at you say, you my secret, bruh. God,
bruh.
I'm never going to get laid. That's what you make it sound like.
We're talking Gremlins. And first off, before we start off, I have to shout outs to Death Cakes Pod. Those guys did Gremlins. And I had watched the movie and stuff, but they were popping up all these little tidbits that I totally forgot about the movie. Just off the break and stuff. One of them being, I totally forgot Frank Welker voiced one of the Gremlins in this movie.
How could you, CJ? Hold on. Wait. D, I got this. Prior to us doing this podcast, I'm going to go ahead and drop the bomb on everybody. I've never watched a single Gremlins movie. However, I know the lore. Okay? I know the lore of Gremlins. Just never got around to watching the movies. Now, I know for a fact, I've actually seen like a clip of Gizmo talking, and I said, "Hey, how you doing, Frank Welker?" See, it was good.
No, but here's the thing. No, you're wrong though. Here's the thing.
No, but I know. No. I know that wasn't him, but I know he's in it. No, come on, practical effects, practical effects, puppetry, like these little creatures running around, dude. He's in there. It's 1984. That man is getting that money.
Want to know why though? Because a lot of stuff that I remember about this movie was other voice actors that kind of overshadowed, like Frank Welker to a point, only because of I know them more than Welker. And that was because Michael Winslow, definitely, because I'm still a huge fan of that dude, because he voiced a lot of fucking the Gremlins and stuff in this movie.
Right.
Peter Cullen.
Absolutely.
Mark Dodson. And Howie Mandel.
Pretty much anybody from the 80s.
Yeah, so it's like
this was
technically, but I'm sorry, but isn't this technically Howie Mandel's his first big movie? I know he's just doing Gizmo, and that's just him just saying bright light, and that's about it. But technically, isn't this his first big movie?
Yeah,
because I don't think that movie with him and Fred Savage came out yet, and even then, I don't even think that was a hit.
Nah. And look, you know what's funny? You know what's weird about Howie Mandel? He's still working to this day, which is amazing. But it's just like I felt
fairly.
Yeah, I know. But the thing about like Howie Mandel, and you're right, this was his first big breakout movie. It's funny to me because he was in prior to this. Before I continue, He was in that Denzel TV show Saint Elsewhere. So take that as you will.
What do you do? What you want? You want the two niggas that were born after 1984 to say something about this?
I know.
No, we're not
I barely remember that. I think even Denzel barely remembers Saint Elsewhere. But
that's fucked up. That's fucked up because you know Denzel knows every second of it. I remember every second. I remember every line I had on that show.
And Howie Mandel was an annoying person. All right, very annoying.
No, he's like, how was Howie Mandel? I don't remember that nigga being on there. Not 1 second. You cannot tell me that Howie Mandel was on my show, sir.
But Howie had a career that I feel Dana Carvey was trying to get.
That's fucked up, man.
And you know for a fact he was never gonna get it.
Because, and I think it worked for Howie. You say it's fucked up, but like, let's be real. I think Howie benefited that he really kind of took advantage of his quirky and wacky nature and stuff, because he did Bobby's World, which I fucking love that show.
I think that's don't do it, dude. Don't do it. People barely remember. People only mention Bobby's World when they want to sound like that 190s person. That's all they do. I don't remember Bobby's World. Nigga, you weren't thinking about it.
Not for me. Not for me. If I want to be that 190s person to reference something that only came out in the 90s, I would say, hey, I remember Eat the Terrible Thunder Lizards.
Man, look, Eat the Cat and Terrible Thunder Lizards was the shit. Speaking of which, I think Howie Mandel was on Eat the Cat. Don't get me on that though. But yeah,
90s. But like he did a bunch of stuff, and like I felt that like now seeing him like, oh shit, Howie Mandel's still working. Good for him. You know, it's like, that's interesting that because you really had the career of Dana Carvey if you weren't just, hey, we got you on, what was it?
But you gotta think, if you're Dana Carvey, like, I'm still doing stand-up, I still go on different shows and all that. All Howie Mandel does is sit down and press a button that on America's Got Talent. That's all he really does.
And he had that hit show, Deal or No Deal, so, you know.
Had, nigga. There's a past tense to that word.
All right, my bad. Had.
Respect the tense, man.
But the point is, Gremlins to me, I remember as a kid, I saw this, I was like 6 years old. I wasn't scared of this movie, but like the Gremlins themselves were just like, if I saw them as a kid, I would run. Just on that level. It wasn't like Jason or anything where you're like, oh shit, I don't want to die from Jason. This is the Gremlins were just like, I'll just run. Yeah,
I think with me it was like, especially how practical effects was back then. They made everything like oozing and like pus filled and all that. I think that's what
the cocoons of the Gremlins.
I think that's the only thing that creeped me out. I let my kid watch this movie, and I was thinking to myself, like, man, maybe this shit might be too visceral. You know, he's used to CGI and all that shit. And my son took it like, yeah, this shit ain't scary to pop. And I thought to myself, oh yeah, I forgot. You get scared off of Five Nights at Freddy's. This shit is juvenile in comparison to that. So yeah, I understand, son. I'm sorry. I underestimated your generation, son. I'm sorry.
Now for me, I love this movie. I know I wanted to watch it before we decided to do this podcast. And like I said, I've never seen it. I know the story of the Gremlins. And just seeing this, like you guys told me beforehand that this movie is 80s out the wazoo.
I mean, Chris Columbus helped write the movie. That's about as
Chris Columbus. Oh no, you got
80s.
Hold on, you got Chris Columbus. You got
Joe Dante.
Joe Dante. Steven Spielberg.
Whew.
You know, the only thing I don't like about Steven Spielberg is one thing, because I know he produces movies and he slather his name wherever he wants to on there. Yeah. But some of the movies that he got famous off of, like the nigga just produced it. He didn't do nothing.
Well, like you remember, his studio helped out a lot.
Wait. Did Amblin Entertainment have anything to do with Gremlins?
Yes, it did. And here's the thing.
Yes, it did.
That's Steven Spielberg's whole production crew. Because right around the time
Did you not hear what I just said?
Yeah.
He has every right to put his name on it. But sometimes I be thinking like when I see Steven Spielberg presents Animaniacs, I'm like, nigga, you didn't do nothing.
Because that's a funny thing.
Matter of fact,
you just got a bunch of animators together, man. You ain't do nothing.
No, D, you know it's even funnier when you can say the same thing about him with Tiny Toons, even though he did have that guest spot in one whole episode.
Yeah, exactly. He did have that guest spot though. You can't take that shit away from him.
The crazy thing is, it's just like you get the one movie, and I actually watched it as a kid, and I felt very just weird that I watched it. I felt like I was the only one. Did y'all ever watch Young Sherlock Holmes? That was another Steven Spielberg movie.
Nah, never did. I'll
Yeah,
be
yeah,
honest with you.
yeah. The creature.
Again, I know the lore, but never watched it.
Yeah, that was one of those movies I remember watching, and again, it wasn't until like, thank you, Guy Ritchie, for making me give a shit about fucking Sherlock Holmes and stuff. Up until Guy Ritchie did Sherlock Holmes, I never gave a fuck about the character. Dead serious.
Really?
Dead
Really?
serious.
You never cared about Sherlock
I never
Holmes?
cared about it and stuff, and even though people said the book, like, I know we're going on tangent, but like, I just never cared about the character. Not to say I'll say fuck him, but just like,
I mean, I can.
No, it's fair enough.
I can understand. No, I can understand. I can understand where CJ's coming from. I mean, I wasn't totally interested in Sherlock Holmes until I saw The Great Mouse Detective. So I get where you come.
You know what?
from.
I did like Great Mouse Detective. So
Look,
maybe
hey,
that's something too.
on some real shit, both of y'all are horrible. I didn't give a shit until Detective Conan came out in America, so no. Didn't care.
This guy trying to be
I
special
didn't,
waifu over here and shit.
Oh, no, hey. Those people got murdered in cool anime fashion. Actually, I
Yes,
like
they
how
did.
cool,
I will not.
actually, look, that's what actually hooked on Ayers to it, because I told DJ Sue about that show, right? I was like, hey, Ayers, this was going to blow your mind out. Now, you see the cute animation? Yeah, they have death faces in that same cute animation. Get out of here. Yes, watch it.
Dude, I like how D went all like fucking Brad Pitt from fucking 12 Years a Slave. Like, those people died. It's like, wow, who's those people?
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Don't you Brad Pitt me. No, don't you Brad Pitt those people me.
Hey, listen, man. Side note, I always bring that up about Brad Pitt because I know I heard him that he had to say the N-word and shit, but it's like, come on, dog. Come on, dog. It's 12 Years a
Come
Slave.
on, say nigga. Ain't one white person refer to us as those people. Come on, say nigga.
And he said it.
We love you, Brad.
I'm pretty sure him and Angeline had like, at that time, just there was just like,
Big unnecessary fight. A big unnecessary fight. You said nigger. What if our children here, bitch? Dude.
With side note, folks, apparently Brad and Angeline might be getting back together because that divorce.
No, they
is
don't. Look, on some real shit. Yo, Brad, look at me, Brad, look at me. The pussy ain't worth it, dog. Don't do it. Do not go back to her. Look, I love Angelina Jolie. She's a crazy bitch. Do not go back to her.
Hey, real talk though. I hope.
Fade it out.
Hey, I real talk said I hope they have the Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn relationship where they're not married, they're just friends. But they sleep in the same bed, but they're friends. It's like, how does that work?
And Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell been sleeping with each other for the last 17 years, and not once say, "Hey, let's get married." No, you know what happened, right? Goldie Hawn be looking like, "Hey, Kurt, let's get married." Oh man, we're doing this week, man. We're doing next week. He's been doing that for the last 30 years.
The fucked up part is Feige's going to end up tying his hand behind his back when he puts Goldie Hawn in like a Guardians movie and brings back Ego for shits and giggles, and it's like, oh, looks like you want to marry your wife because both of y'all together in the movie now.
Now, you know what that is? You see what you're doing right there. You're doing too much, Chris, because the second Kurt gets a win. All right, Kurt, get out. Where's Kurt at? What do you mean he left?
you just hear footsteps and a door closing and driving off the car.
No, it's like, I don't think you hear a car, car pulling off. I don't think that's Kurt Russell. I got 2 tickets to Paradise. Oh yeah, that's Kurt.
Speaking of which, there's another actor in this movie that was just, to me, was so 80s. Judge Reinhold.
When you want an 80s character actor that's not going to cost you too much, but he's a good-looking guy, get Judge Reinhold.
Judge Reinhold was 80s like a motherfucker.
Yo. Judge Reinhold, do whatever you want with him. Just don't make him do action. Seriously, do not make him do action.
I swear to you, when I remember when it hit like the 2000s and he was into Santa Claus, I was like, oh shit, Judge Reinhold's still alive. Awesome.
Yo, man, Judge Reinhold, it really kills me that Judge Reinhold still had it. He kept the job, though. He kept getting movies, man. Kept getting roles and all that. I'm surprised that lasted that long for him. The other person, of course, is Phoebe Cates. Because
Phoebe Cates and my boy, freaking Corey Feldman.
Yeah, funny. Funny. We said all those names and we didn't even say the first guy, the lead, or Zach Galligan.
Yeah, Zach Galligan.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, but the reason why, let's just
Soul Man himself.
Yeah, reason why Zach shut up. The reason why we ain't gonna talk about him is for one big reason, not because of that terrible, terrible, terrible movie because oh god, we're gonna have to do that eventually.
You know it. You know it.
Look, Three Black Geeks have been dodging that like the plague. We have been dodging Soul Man and Color Purple like you don't believe, man. We have been dodging them. But
we have a list of movies that we've dodged.
Yeah. But the reason why we haven't talked about that movie is talked about him is one reason. Do you even care about him?
Back up. You know why? You know why I said Zach? Okay, this is another thing about Zach Galligan. Him and C. Thomas Howell look alike. C. Thomas Howell was in Soul Man. Sorry, folks. I am very sorry.
I'm gonna say, I thought. See, now actually, here's the sad part about that. I thought he was in that movie. That's how unforgettable he is.
Zach Galligan looks so much like C. Thomas Howell. That's the crazy part. They look so much alike. I'm not even bullshitting.
Dude, it's okay, man. I'm pretty sure white people do that with Denzel Washington and Ving Rhames all the time. White people think all black people look the same. Anyway,
best reaction. No, best reaction was Samuel L. Jackson was on. What was he? He was on the news and they called him. They thought he was Morgan Freeman in that commercial.
Samuel Jackson like didn't think. I thought he was thinking like.
They punked
me. They punked me.
He was like, "What commercial?" He's like, "Yeah, like, but you enjoyed yourself in that commercial. What commercial?" See, I knew it. Y'all think we all look alike. I am not Morgan Freeman.
That was funny when he called that reporter on his bullshit too. Like, come on, dog, come on.
You know. And here's the sad part. You know, Samuel Jackson was sitting there. These motherfuckers got somebody else. I'm gonna catch him.
Hey, I got a question for you guys though. Cause just mainly got a question for you, man. So, Sue.
Mm-hmm.
So, when do you think Zach Galligan is going to join the Comic-Con circuit?
He's not on it now.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked he's not on it.
Wait.
I am dead serious shocked he's not on it.
Wait. He doesn't even make guest appearances at HorrorCon.
I need to ask John that. I need to ask him that. But seriously, some of them horror people go to the Comic Cons too, and I'm like, I'm surprised Zach Galligan did not jump on that. I am very much shocked.
Man, Zach, look, here's the funny thing. Like you say, well, what about Phoebe Cates? Now, Phoebe Cates did what a lot of women don't do. She got married to Kevin Klein and said, "No, fuck you, Hollywood, I'm going." She literally bamfed out.
She did.
And she's still married.
She threw down.
They're
Ninja
both
smoking.
still married.
Yeah. Still married. Look, you know why she ain't like, well, man, why she still with him? Nigga, that Bob's Burger money, man.
Hey, no, D. You missed but D, you missed the important part. That mustache from Kevin Klein.
That mustache, dog. And he ain't got that mustache.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Now,
he went back to the old guy mustache.
Yes, he did.
Yo, Kevin Klein and Warren Beatty are cut from the same cloth. They both look like they were 40 years old when they were 20.
Now, if I can just to point out something from Phoebe Cates is, what was it? She, what did she do? If I remember correctly, she retired from acting in '94 because she had kids. Then she returned to acting in 2001 for that movie, The Anniversary Party, as a favor to Jennifer Jason Leigh, who directed the film. Who directed the movie?
Like, what did Jennifer Jason Leigh have? Yeah, it's basically what did Jennifer have over you? You could have just said no.
Easy.
She did that shit as a favor. Now, of course, she didn't do much else until 2015, where she actually voiced her Gremlins character in the Lego Dimensions game.
Lego Dimensions. They they splurge a shit ton of money to get a lot of fucking voice actors to voice their respective characters and stuff. They got Mr. T in that fucking shit. I'm like, oh shit, they paid Mr. T money to get into this. All right,
dude, don't say, oh man, they paid Mr. T. That's all Mr. T does now. I do it. How much you gonna pay me? Nah, give me a little bit more. No, I need more than that. Nah, I need more than that. Thank you. I take that. $300. Thank you. That's all Mr. T wanted.
I'm sorry, folks. I'm a little salty he wasn't at RetroCon. It's like, how is 200 people from A-Team here, but you couldn't even get BA? Like, come on.
Dude, you gotta understand. You gotta understand this, because this is not me going at all Schultz and the other guy. This is not me going at them. They kind of need the money. Mr. T doesn't. Mr. T
You know what? It's funny. I think I did mention that at RetroCon, and William said the same thing. Yeah.
You know why? Because Mr. T is still rolling off that check WWE got him when he went into the Hall of Fame. He's still rolling off that one check. Mr. T don't spend money as much as we think he does, man.
Yeah. But anyway, so
He on a fixed income, bro.
So we got all this and stuff. Now, to start off this movie, the father, played by Hoyt Axton, who, I gotta be honest with you, man, he was always he's actually an accomplished country singer, very accomplished country singer.
Yeah, I know.
And he has that voice that you hear on like Hallmark, like coming up on the Hallmark Channel. That voice.
Yeah, like today on Westerns.
Yeah, that voice, and it's just so soothing. He plays the father, and he plays an inventor, and you know what? He looks like an inventor.
Dude, real talk, he is like the worst inventor ever, man. He is up there. He is up there.
He has good
what
ideas.
Is with the 80s?
He has good ideas.
What is with the 80s and inventions? See, it was one thing to see Pee-wee Herman's whole Rube Goldberg machine he had in that movie, and then it was another thing with Rick Moranis and Honey I Shrunk. What was with the 80s and inventions?
You know what's funny? Back to back, because you have the father in this, and then you have Data and the Goonies being a shitty ass inventor.
Son, what is with everybody making shitty inventions in the 80s, man?
To be fair to Dad, great ideas, shitty execution.
Shitty execution. I loved his 1950s gumption of thinking that everybody's going to buy my shit no matter what. I love it.
Did he have the shoe with the Swiss Army knife in it and shit?
I got to be honest with you, that's actually kind of genius.
He had that, and then he had like a Swiss Army thing that had like a toothbrush that comes out of it, and apparently the toothbrush.
Yeah, that was the traveling. That was the traveling jump. That was the traveling. I forgot what the traveling buddy, whatever you call it, had a razor blade in there, had a toothpick, had a toothbrush, and the problem about that was it kept on squirting out toothpaste.
He connected the tube. Yeah, he connected the tube to it in order to brush your teeth, and I'm like, oh, that seems like a lot.
Put all that shit in the bag, bro. You straight. You don't. I mean, look, dude, I get it, man. How much of a hurry I'm going to be in?
Yes, folks. This is the 80s when TSA wasn't up your ass, literally, when you brought stuff through an airport. Putting it out there.
Oh, yeah. That was... So, anyway, we follow him. He goes into Chinatown trying to find something for his son.
Yes, the mythical Chinatown.
Yeah. Ooh.
No, you know what? China. You know what? The Chinatown that looked like it came... I'm sorry. The Chinatown that looked like an unused scene from either Total Recall or Escape from New York.
I was gonna say Blade Runner.
Yeah. Both of y'all give it too much respect. I thought that was an unused set off of Death Wishes or whatever.
Charles Bronson. Hey,
whatever.
Came here for a mugwai.
Came here for a mugwai.
Can you just imagine that?
That would have been a badass movie right through midway, like, wait a minute, who are you? My name's Kersey. I've been looking for these
I'm Paul Kersey. Like, I actually came to redesign Chinatown, and here's my plans. Would you like to see them? Oh, what's that over there? Magua. No, I'd like to give it to my, you know what? I'd love to give this, I'd love to buy this as a present and give it to my daughter. Oh. Or I could always give it to my wife. Oh.
Well, I can give it to my new girlfriend. Ooh.
Yep.
I give it to my recent girlfriend. Yeah, give it to my recent girlfriend.
My recent girlfriend who will get raped and killed upon me giving her this gift.
And
hopefully it won't happen in the first hour of this movie. Happens in the second hour, but he got his wish. Didn't happen in the first hour.
So Randall Peltzer, he is visiting Chinatown store, and I gotta be honest with you, the antique store owner is the most prototypical Asian 80s thing. Apparently somebody in Hollywood was like, all right, we need an old Asian guy. All right, give him the Fu Manchu mustache. He's blind in one eye. And
you know what it was?
He haggles you.
You know what it was? Somebody get James Wong, and James Wong was like, "This is too racist, nigga. What you just in China?
No. Wait.
That movie.
Wait, wasn't Big Trouble in Little China? Didn't that come out 2 years later?
About a year later, actually.
Oh, a year later?
Yeah. It came out after.
No, you know what happened?
The fact that James Hogg says, this is too racist. But I'm willing to believe that he looked at the shop owner's character and said, I like something about this character. Hey, Steven, would you mind if I borrow it for a minute?
Sure. And, you know who they get? Key Luke. And you might be saying to yourself, Key Luke, he sounds familiar. Yes, he was actually part of the Kung Fu with David Carradine. Played Master Po.
Ah, yes.
Master Po.
Ah, yes.
And
yes.
he was also...
No, you said it wrong. You said it wrong.
No,
sorry.
No.
Chris, you said it wrong.
No, I know Chris said it wrong.
No. He said, what's the name of the show? Kung Fu?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought it was called cultural appropriation. Whatever. Cool. Go ahead with it.
Hold on. Cultural appropriation. And the master, you also forgot to say it. You also forgot to say it, CJ. So that is his name. Po.
Ooh, thank you. No, actually.
Ian McShane jumps on. It's like, hey, you didn't name me. What the hell?
Now here's the thing. When you said that, the first day that hopped the Bible, you said Kung Fu. Oh, you mean that show that white people took away from Bruce Lee because they thought it was a little bit too Chinese. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And he also Mr. Han. He dubbed Mr. Han in Enter the Dragon. Did not know that actually until I read up on that. I was like, oh shit. All right, cool. Dope.
But anyway.
But yeah, he looks coming fresh off. It looked like they got him off the lot of Kung Fu and put him in this movie.
I swear, man. It looks like this whole scene looked like it. Like we said, we already said where it looked like it takes place. It looked like it took place in the armpit of San Francisco. It really does. When you really look at it.
So he's there to get a gift for his son Billy and stuff, and he comes across a Mogwai. And the owner, is just like, nah, this is not for sale. No, I don't trust you. No. So
it's way too much responsibility.
So Mr. Wing's son, his grandson, basically was like, hey, go around back. I'll come there and sell it to you. And he basically sells it to him secretly and basically breaks down the rules to him. Which
AKA the foreshadowing of how to deal with them.
Now, the 3 rules is basically as follows. Do not expose the Mogwai to bright light. Do not get it wet.
That kills them.
Do not get it wet. And do not feed it after midnight. Okay.
You want to know the truth?
Mm-hmm.
That is almost a rule for every child also, too.
Bright
Just going to throw that out there.
Bright lights almost hurt kids.
No. Bright lights to little children is, ooh, this could make me act crazy. What about water? Children love water.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, they love water. Don't feed it after midnight. So what happens when you feed them after midnight? Oh, they just get stomach aches. That's just stupid. Why would you do that to a child?
True. That also extends to don't give your child coffee after midnight because they're going to stay up the whole night. That's another thing, too.
Okay, I want to know who's the motherfucker that's giving their child coffee after midnight. I want to know who's that asshole. Who is that asshole to get
the same? I would say the same asshole, aka Bart Simpson, who fed Maggie coffee flavored ice. No, not coffee beans. Coffee flavored ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man. Maggie was just, and the best part about that was when Bart was knocked out in the wheelbarrow, and Maggie just kept on fucking with his face. Here's Lisa, Maggie.
So Randall goes back to their home, Kingston Falls, which is the most whitest place I have ever seen in my life. It looks like it's straight out the Hallmark Channel.
Oh my gosh,
man! When
this
I heard
place
that,
is so
hold on.
white.
When I heard the name Kingston Falls, I said, "Huh." Hey, Chris Columbus, are you sure you didn't get no pointers on naming your place from your boy John Hughes?
I know, right?
Dude, man, it's like, so this is just the whitest place in the world, really, man. Like, it's a white town when when they're playing 1950s Christmas music.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Now, of course, we have to have the token black guy who is played by Herman.
Yeah.
Because apparently he's the only black dude that works in that town. Apparently,
man, he's the only nigga in a 10-mile radius. You know that, man.
And he knows it too because he'll tell you like, yeah. I hope you're not counting on looking for another black guy, because I'm the last one for another 20 miles.
Basically.
You know what? I thought it was also really, really bold of the filmmakers to mention when the first time we see him, that he only had 2 days until retirement. I thought that was wonderful for all of us.
That was
not just two. No,
hold
on. Not just 2 days to retirement, but he was a fresh transfer science teacher too.
Yeah. You know what I mean, man? I thought that was wonderful. I thought it was like a real wonderful thing. You got to be transparent, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So Billy, Randall's son, which is again the most whitest shit you could possibly say. Is like, so Zach Galligan is playing Billy
Peltzer.
Billy Peltzer.
No, yes. Oh my gosh, Billy Peltzer. Look, he was trying to turn on his He's trying to turn on that old VW Bug, man. And I like how his neighbor immediately goes into racist territory. See, that's the problem with them foreign cars. If it was an American car, turn right on.
It's like a Volkswagen. I'm like, it's a Volkswagen.
That's bullshit, dude. It's a Volkswagen. Those are Volkswagens. An old Volkswagen beat up Beetle like that will last longer than an '87 Chrysler. I am not.
Side note, folks, about Volkswagens. My dad, back in the day in this area, him and his friends, they used to drag race a lot back when the cops didn't give a fuck about drag racing. And yeah, dead serious. Especially near where New Carrollton Metro Station is. Yeah, they race on there. Yeah. So
and dude. Those old Beetles, man. Those old Beetles are so beat up, but they live.
My dad literally said
the Germans did to them.
My dad literally said that there was a guy that had a Beetle, and he put I believe a Porsche engine, Corvette engine inside of it, and he smoked the shit out of a lot of folks in it.
Problem with Billy, actually, because when you really look at Billy and his whole setup, his dad and his mom is cheap as fuck.
His dad is a traveling salesman, and his mom like a homemaker, so money really isn't flowing much in that house.
But you gotta think about how big that house was and all the shit they had. Yeah. And you mean to tell me that your dad was a traveling inventor, your mom was a housekeeper? Nigga, how good was the '80s to white people? That's all I gotta ask.
I mean, his mom, which is the same mom I believe from Back to the Future that played, I think his mom's, like his grandmother or whatever, his mom's mom or whatever. She's in this, and again, she looks like the type of person that bakes pies for the neighbors and all that stuff. That's how like white as hell this town is.
That's a weird thing that a lot of white people did. Not white people. That's mean to say. That's a weird thing that was going on in the '80s, where they did this 1950s Americana almost look. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where there were still homemakers, where there still was a lot of callbacks to the 1950s, to the good old days and all that. And I think a lot of filmmakers really did think,
even
those
Randall
were the good old
did the
days,
whole
back in the 40s and 50s.
Even Randall did the whole when he came in and he's putting his hat on the freaking thing like it's the 50s. I'm like, honey, I'm home. Like, huh.
Now hold on. The thing I loved about her character was it comes later. I'm just gonna say it comes later.
We get to that. I know what you're talking about because I agree with you.
Because at first I was like, okay, so she's gonna be like, prototypical, housewife. Fine, whatever. Yeah, I didn't think nothing much of it. But later in the film, I go, holy shit. Okay, we'll get back to we'll get to that.
So Billy is on his way to the bank, and he's already running amok of this crotchety old lady, Mrs. Deagle, which I fucking loved her comeuppance in the movie because I fucking hate that lady.
Oh my god, dude! When I saw her, when I saw her character, I said, okay, like, all right, she's mean as hell. And then when the poor lady, she said, look, I just took up sewing, and my husband just got a job. Can you just give us a little bit more time to get the money together? I'm sorry. I know I work on Christmas, but I don't do Christmas miracles for deadbeats. Right?
Yeah.
White kids. Then my favorite. My favorite is, oh, come on, but it's Christmas. Can you have a heart? Well, then, I suppose you know what to ask Santa for Christmas. She looked directly at her kids and said that. I was like, yo.
Son, I have said this before.
Hold up. I said, yo, bitch-o-meter is in the red right now.
She's the only white person, white lady in particular, that doesn't give a fuck about animals too. That's the crazy part about it.
Yes.
No, she's not. No, she's not. No, she's not. See, this is what you got it wrong. See, those type of white women that cared about animals didn't come until the early 2000s. Okay, this is 1980s white woman right here, man. Okay,
fresh
right,
1984.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
My bad.
Look, the fact that she didn't have a long ass pipe smoking a cigarette amazes me, because this bitch belayed Cruella de Vil, man. She did it. Yo, son, dude. I was thinking about myself when she said all of that. I said this before on other movies, and I'm gonna say it again. I know what y'all think about how times are like now, but I'll say it again. The 80s was fucked up.
I mean, and the thing of it is too. So Billy works at the bank and stuff, and he is pining for the chick Kate.
Better life.
Yeah, it's just one of those, like, he's there, and like I said, Mrs. Deagle is really giving him shit at the job and stuff, and again, it's just
he had to bring his fucking dog there.
Yeah,
his dog, which I think inspired Fry's dog off of Futurama, to be honest with you, old scruff looking ass dog.
Freaking what's his name?
Seymour.
Yeah, Seymour.
Yeah. So Billy, so Randall gives his son Gizmo and stuff, and he's all like, "Oh my God, Dad, this is awesome," and all that stuff. And like I said, Gizmo is a very smart, intelligent creature. Very smart, very intelligent and stuff. Just
And you know what? And we should ask about that question. If any of us saw that creature as a child, the first thing I would be like is like, why does it look like that? Where did it come from?
I was as a kid.
Where did it come from?
As a kid, I was more like, can I get a toy of it? That was just my 6-year-old self at the time.
I mean, yeah, true. But the bigger question is this: these are cognizant, grown-ups are saying, "Oh my goodness, here's me." Okay, white people, look at me. Do you know where the shit came from? Does it have rabies? What does it have?
Where did it come from?
White people, look at me. Don't look at how cute it is. Look at me, white people. Why is this thing in a wild? Where did it come from?
What dimension did it come from? Did it come from space?
D, that's the problem. That's the problem with see, first of all, Mogwai is Chinese for monster.
Oh, exactly. Thank you.
So are we implying that Godzilla exists in this world, since these clearly are existing too?
I'm willing to believe just about anything, because when you have these same creatures, like these same type of creatures running around, which I'm willing to believe they could be space, they could come from space, who knows, or they could just be, or they could come from Chinese folklore that no one's ever talked about. But when I first saw Fuzz, I was actually getting ready to call Gizmo Fuzzball. Wow, holy shit. No,
you really about to do it too for a second. I was like, is he about to do it? Yeah, he is.
See, CJ knew I was going into Captain EO territory.
I know I was about to do it.
It's always Captain. It's always Jackson with you in the Nick. God.
It's the same type of. Look, did Jim Henson have anything to do with this?
Yeah,
I recognize his creature shop.
This is all Jim Henson.
It
oozes Jim Henson.
Are you sure it's Jim Henson? Because to me, all puppets look like they came from Jim Henson to me. Seriously, all. You know what? Actually, I got to be honest with you. As much as I admire practical effects, the one thing I never liked about practical effects, and DJ Sue and me, we probably had an argument about this one time, but I never liked puppets. I never liked it's an obvious puppet. That's the problem I had. You know how we look at CGI and it's like, oh God, that's terrible. I hate it. I hate that. But what I hate also with practical effects is when it's obviously a damn puppet. That's when I have a problem with. For some reason, that takes me out the movie. I don't know. Just
to answer you, just to clarify for everybody, it actually wasn't Jim Henson.
Yeah, I looked down on it just now.
They designed by Chris Wallace.
Yeah. I mean, so
Jim Henson had nothing to do with this, man.
Yeah, Jim Henson zero to do with it.
Yeah. Jim Henson was big. Look, Jim Henson was less than the other Muppet on the Muppets. Yeah. Look it up. He had his hand up all of their asses. Look it up, man. It's actually true. Now, Jim Henson was a sick motherfucker. See, here's the sick thing about that. See, Kermit came out recently and said that. I understand that he wanted to because Scooter really wanted to because Scooter almost killed himself because of that bullshit, man. That was real, man. Beaker seen some shit. That's why Beaker been that crazy ever since the 1970s. But you know who wasn't gonna say nothing? hey, but check it out. You know who ain't said nothing yet though? Miss Piggy.
Because she ain't no
Miss
snitch.
Piggy and G. She ain't no snitch. You know what she said? Like, Miss Piggy, why did you come out? Because we knew where our money was coming from, nigga. That's why. Kermit, all of a sudden, Kermit got memes now. He got all Diddy.
So he gets the Mogwai, and the thing about Gizmo, and it even continues into the second movie, is that he really kind of takes to things that he sees in there. Like he's watching, what's the name of that movie? It's a black and white movie, but he sees characters.
Wonderful Life.
Oh yeah,
No,
Wonderful Life.
I think so. And
Not Wonderful Life. Not yet. I don't think not yet.
Not
Because
yet.
Wonderful Life came on later in that movie. Speaking of which, it's not a Christmas movie with white people until you see It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah. So, and also the dad, before I get to the scene, he brings in the big ass Christmas tree because fuck it, it's Christmas. Why not, right?
Yeah. Why not?
You know what? How shitty of a side job do you have? Do you literally dress up as a Christmas tree and can't see shit?
I know, right?
It's called being Corey Feldman. That's what that's called.
Yeah. So Gizmo is taking.
Hold on.
Wait.
Better question. That one, huh? What?
No, I was just gonna say, I'm like, Corey Feldman, come on. You know what? I really hope something good happens for you later in life. And he kills Jason Voorhees.
You know what? Good for him. Then he gets on a lot of drugs. Oh.
And then he thinks he's Michael Jackson. Oh.
Look, hey, at least he been telling us for the last no bullshit, and this is my nod to Mr. Feldman. You have been telling everybody for years about kids getting molested in Hollywood and nobody listened to you. But I think you know why. That's because of the heroin. We just didn't believe you.
But
dog.
now he's just like, I told you, I'm not crazy, am I? No, you're
I
not.
told you, not crazy. You know what one person said? So did Michael Jackson do it? Michael Jackson was a saint. What you say?
See, you know what? Real talk, before we continue, I really feel Michael Jackson gets that barrier of just like, you know what, he's protected. He's protected.
Oh, he's protected. Oh, I think if Michael did anything, nobody gonna mention that shit. Ain't nobody gonna mention that shit. Man.
You know the only thing
Macaulay Culkin still got a tape in his house and he's burning it right now.
No. What we don't know is Macaulay Culkin has a tape and he's just holding to it to see who's the highest bidder that can give him some money.
Oh God!
Now,
you know it's gonna be some weird Ukrainian dude.
Now, CJ, you wanna know what really sucks? The only time he ever threw MJ under the bus was, I don't know why, but he accused him for damaging his quote unquote childhood by being friends with him and then dropping his ass.
Okay. I guess.
Okay. Thank you. You get the Waka Flocka for that one.
I know, right?
Now, here's the thing. So,
I mean, they met. Now, hold on. They met like after Gremlins, the Goonies, and Stand By Me and all that. And they were cool, but it's like, Michael was like, yeah, like, bruh, I moonwalked on TV. I'm busy right now. No,
you know what it was.
I'm sorry, this is also the same year. Bruh, my hair caught fire.
Yeah.
This shit ain't coming back.
You know what that really was? This is be real. Michael got him hooked on cocaine. Okay? Let's just admit that. Michael got Corey Feldman hooked to cocaine. And that's the only reason why Corey keeps bringing that shit up. That's the only reason.
So,
I was clean before I met you.
So as it's happening and stuff, you know, he's taken to the TV and, you know, Gizmo is looking at it and kind of faking like he's driving and stuff like that. So that's the thing with Gizmo is that he catches on to a lot of pop culture stuff, things that he sees on TV and things that he sees and stuff. That's because he's just adapting to those things. So
yep. And right there, an executive at Disney is saying to myself, now how can I make sure there's a character like this in every animated movie I do?
Little do we know, they're plotting.
Little do we plot. Hey, and I'm going to piggyback on what my boy Shag said, and we're going to keep it going. Fuck Baby Groot. Seriously, fuck him.
So
keep it going. Keep the party going, everybody.
So you know, Corey Feldman, you know, he throws a sheet on Gizmo, and then you know, that's when Billy introduces him to Gizmo. He puts him on the desk, and then Corey
Feldman. Yeah, Corey does what Corey does, fuck up.
And he spills water on Gizmo, and Gizmo is yelling in agony and pops out 6 balls, furry balls, and they end up becoming different characters of them. One of them being Spike. Now,
AKA Frank Welker.
Yeah. So I sat there and took this, watching it recently for the show. I took it as though if these are all possible, I guess, personalities of Gizmo. That's how I took it.
That's how I took it too. I took it.
Spike being the dominant part of Gizmo, the dominant part of him, and then the rest of the characters, because you had one that was very sullen and sad. You had another one that was aggressive and was going to bite people. You had another one was just wacky and crazy. So I always took those as different personality traits of Gizmo that just popped out.
You know what? I'm all for that too, man.
Now here's the thing. Now, now there's some things that some people didn't know about this movie that just never went into effect. Well, some things did and some things did. Now, did you know that the one with the striped fur that they call Stripe, originally Stripe was supposed to be Gizmo. Like Gizmo and Stripe were supposed to be the same. Like they were going to be like the same creature.
Huh. Okay.
And
that sounds like something they probably hashed out. So we're going to have two of these, right? Or which which Mogwai do you want to do?
Well,
that's
see,
pretty
the thing
much I think what happened.
Well, no. The problem was that they weren't going to be like two characters that were just that'd be evil. Like what would happen is Gizmo would turn into Stripe, and
Steve, you know what? Yeah.
And Steven Spielberg really didn't like that idea. He really liked the idea of having Gizmo around because come on, he's cute. He's the cute one. He's the innocent one. So they said, screw it, make them separate characters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. That actually makes sense. I can't. You can't sit there and like, oh, this is stupid. Now that's pretty good. That makes sense because you gotta think if they did the whole little, oh, that's what he turns into at night or some dumb bullshit like that, that would have made the movie a little bit clunky. Not even a little bit, a whole lot clunky.
So there. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say now, upon watching this movie, I definitely came to I came to notice something. Again, the first time watching it, I noticed that a lot of things that the Gremlins were doing, even though they were like sitting in that they were sitting in that little suitcase that that Billy was keeping them in. I'm like, they seem to never really leave, but whenever he walks out the room, they would always get in cahoots together and come up with these crazy plans, but then you never really see what they did. And when he somehow manages to get them to feed them, he looks at his clock and says, "Oh, okay. I guess it's not it's not midnight yet, so I guess I can feed you." And I like how Gizmo knew right away. Nah, bro, you can't tell, but it's after midnight.
We jumped ahead real quick though. There was a scene. Okay, so here's where we see that Stripe is the fucking asshole of the group. So apparently the dog was barking outside, but apparently Stripe went out there and fucking hung the dog out on the fucking Christmas lights.
On the Christmas lights, yeah. I
Dick
remember
move, but it was fucking hilarious. Then there was
I like how everybody like Billy was like, "How'd you get yourself up there, boy?" I don't know, Billy. Did he jump up there?
Yeah, I know, right? It's like the dog.
And I like how Billy's dad was like, "Look, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I locked the door. I know I did."
No.
You know what that was? You know what that was right there? His dad didn't lock the door. That's a straight up dad lie right there. I did it. No, you didn't, Dad. No. Dad. Where's the booze? Where's the booze, Dad?
Actually, no, wait, D. No, hold on. You forgot. He's an inventor. His invention, the door locker, didn't work.
The door locker 5000.
The Peltzer door locker.
The Peltzer lock. Wow, that sounds like a wrestling movie.
Here's the thing. We cut to the morning, and here's what I was talking about with Billy's dad's inventions. This dude has a fucking hammer that like automatic hits, and I'm like, that just looks like that's bad.
You know what? There were so many nods to that other I would say the other pop culture media took when I saw that hammer. A hammer that hammers nails by itself, bruh. That was the same prop that was used in a later Simpsons episode.
I'm about to say, don't you remember that in the Simpsons where Homer thought he was on Thomas Edison?
Yeah.
That's what.
And also, apparently he has a fucking fly swatters on a drum. Like that doesn't even look like that's logical to even work.
I mean, look, I get the design.
Yeah.
That's where I stop.
and then now Now
Get to
he
the
has
time.
he has a coffee maker that apparently it just oozed out like thick ass coffee, and his wife is just looking at him like, God damn it, can I just have some regular fucking coffee? This motherfucker.
No, I like how she said, "Honey, we really can't drink this." What? What's wrong with it? I like how he was. I like how he was stirring it like, bruh, you are not about to eat that like it's pudding. Stop it.
Yeah. So
Man, you know what that was right there? You know what she's probably saying to herself? Honey, I want to divorce. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Billy's still living with us. Do not say divorce yet. Not yet. This is not the time to divorce him.
wait for Billy moving to the big city. Then we'll do it.
then I'll drop this motherfucker.
So now here's the thing. He shows his dad.
Holy crap! There's a dark side to this shit.
Oh, that's what we didn't see in Gremlins 2 is the fact that mom, dad, you and dad divorced. Yeah, apparently that happened. Shit.
Yeah, your dad. Hey, your dad when your dad made the automatic can opener and it nearly cut my eyes off. I said, nah, fuck that. Gremlins was one thing, but you ain't gonna kill me with your fucking machines, nigga.
So,
this ain't about to happen.
So Billy showed his dad before we jumped to all that. So Billy showed his dad the Gremlins and stuff, and he's like, oh man, this is awesome. This looks like a very genius idea. Not, huh?
White people.
This could no. He said
people.
No, D. He said the best line. This could replace the family pet, the Peltzer pet.
Yes.
White
and I'm sitting there like,
white people.
Foreshadowing to really emphasize Spike's beef with fucking Gizmo. Gizmo's by himself, playing his horn, having fun on Christmas, and Spike just throws some shit at him. I'm like, God damn, dude, really? Really? That's what we're doing?
I see what you're doing. Ooh, I get to sleep in Master's bed and shit. Nigga, fuck you.
You know what? You're right, D. Gizmo did get privileged to sleep in the bed, so you know what? I understand Spike's
Get to
beef.
sleep in the bed, you get to sleep in the bed, read newspapers like you know how to read English and shit, nigga. Nah, man.
Look at me. I'm over here. Like, look at me. I'm laying inside of a damn suitcase with a cloth next to a damn Kleenex box.
I'm sleeping with 5 other people. What the fuck?
Man, I'm laid on top of my brothers and stuff, man. We done shitted on each other. Yeah, we shitted on each other. Where else we gonna go? Huh? Where else we gonna go? But here's my bigger problem with all that. Not with the whole Peltzer pet and all that. Here's me. Because if that was our parents, so what you do? You get it wet? What I tell you about getting it wet? Now there's 5 of these motherfuckers. Now we ain't got the money to feed these niggas, man. You better get. Who gonna feed them? Who gonna feed them?
Like, who gonna feed them?
Who gonna feed them? All right, I thought so. Dad, where you taking the box? Dad, where you taking? No, don't ask me where I'm taking the box at, nigga.
You know what's
where you taking the box at, Dad?
You know what's fucked up?
My dad would have went outside with a bat and clubbed all of them. No, this ain't about to happen. This ain't about to happen.
Nah, but yeah, Suburban. I'm pretty sure he had a gun somewhere with an old yellow. I'm pretty sure that would have happened.
Hey, Chris, I appreciate you calling my dad Suburban, but you forgot. My dad's from the hood, and my dad, look, and I had a old my old baseball bat was like a aluminum bat, so all I were here was this ping, like, yo, Dad, what you doing? Another one, ping. There's another one.
Your dad going straight Negan on the Gremlins.
Here's the fucked up part.
With a big old round
now here's the fuck.
My pops would kill every one of them.
Now here's the thing.
Give me Gizmo. No. Here's the best
wait.
part. Give me Gizmo. Give me Gizmo, son. Give me Gizmo. Dad, but that's the Weller. No, nigga, give me Gizmo.
No, wait. No, CJ. See, this is what happened. D right now try to save one of them. Like, he'll right now try to save one of them, right? And
you know what you're doing.
He tried to save one of them, and he stops him by pointing the bat, threatening to hit D with it. He says, now, if you excuse me, back to it. Clink!
No, like he's like, Dad, don't take Gizmo, kill everybody, don't kill Gizmo, Dad. All of a sudden he makes that threat, back to it. Pink Gizmo, no, wait for me.
Man, this boy got balls.
God, look, he does the spike. Did you hear him? He said, suck my nuts. Pop.
You know the fucked up. Now see, here's the dark side. Here's the dark side to this. Your dad's doing that, and Spike be the one that grabbed the bat, like how you as a kid when you grab your parents' belt.
You would brace yourself for the hit to try to grab the belt.
Spike would grab that bat like, oh no, oh shit. Spike ain't trying to die.
Oh my god. That is the most. I swear, that episode was the most memeable episode ever.
Memeable ever.
So
Just you can use that scenario in almost anything.
So he takes Gizmo to see the doctor. Like I said, we'll get to Sue and the feeding because that's when shit fucking goes off rails in this movie, big time here. So he gets into the doctor. He drops the thing on Gizmo, and he leaves the one that spawned off of Gizmo with Turman, Glenn Turman. So
Just say black guy.
Black
Just
guy.
say black
guy. So
Actually, no, hold
say
on.
black
His name,
scientist.
hold on. His name is, you know what? For a black guy, his name is Roy Hansen.
okay.
Huh. You know what? That's actually a black guy name. That's cool.
So
Cool, Mr. Hanson.
So we also get what's the town drunk's name? Mr. Futterman.
I think that's his name. I don't know, man.
I believe it's
Hold on. Wait.
A guy who I thought was Peter Falk until I realized that wasn't Peter Falk.
He's the one that was in. He was the one that was in Small Soldiers that delivered them fucking the fucking toys and shit that fucked up the movie. Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure that wasn't
Yeah, Mr.
Peter
Futterman.
Falk?
Yeah, it was Mr. Futterman. Yeah, Futterman. So he's a town
Alright,
drunk. He's a town drunk, and he also used the shovel. But to show that he's a drunk, his basically John Deere tractor that he uses to plow and stuff is just all sorts of fucked up. Like windows is fucked up, everything is jacked up on it, but it still works. But hey, people still give him alcohol because why not?
And it's also because he doesn't have a car.
That too.
Yeah, because the nigga couldn't buy a Ford or a Chrysler or God help you, an AMC. Couldn't get none of that.
But he also foreshadowing. Yeah, you gotta watch out for the foreigners because they put plant gremlins in their machinery. See, guys, you put the name in the movie, Gremlins.
No, I like the fact that he said, in case you didn't know, they're still doing it to this day. They're still shipping them over here. No one is saying anything about it.
Back in WW2, they went down the planes.
You want to know?
Wasn't us shooting them? Gremlins.
You know what? There was a joke that was said in one of the worst movies ever made, Caddyshack 2, that makes perfect sense.
That's your movie, by the way.
There was a joke.
I'm just putting that out there.
That movie stinks. But no, there was the perfect joke was in there. There was when Jackie Mason was in the country club with Chevy Chase. All the old men were in there. Was just old white men that were sleeping in the country club. He's like, this is what happened if the Germans would have won. And Chevy Chase says, well, fortunately for us, the Japanese won. I gotta give it up. That's a smart ass joke. So I say that to say this. People who said that back in the 80s and into the 90s, just to be real, you can tell people who never hopped inside of a Toyota or a Honda. You can really tell.
Now, here's the thing.
Man, look, say what you want about the Honda Accord. That changed lives. The Toyota Camry and the Honda Accord changed lives. That brought people together.
Now, here's the thing. Cut to, after he has a walk with Kate, and it's a typical, hey, I like you. Can we go on a date? Just usual. I mean, hey,
you're the only good-looking girl.
Congratulations, Billy. You were able to do all that without Judge Reinhold cop blocking you.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Speaking of which, where's Judge Reinhold at anyway? He's here. Didn't know he was in the movie. Barely talked about him. Okay.
Now. Cutting to what Sue was saying.
You want to know? You want to know why? Now hold on. You want to know why you don't see much of him after that? Is because
I swear, if this connects to Beverly Hills Cop, I'm kicking you off this podcast.
You can go right and kick me, D, because I'm gonna tell you right now.
This podcast saw what ends.
Hold on. He saw what the fuck happened. He saw the first glimpse of the Gremlins and what they could do. He said, "Fuck this shit." Hopped in his car and rolled his ass out to California and became a cop.
Now here's the thing. He's singing him the theme. God damn.
He was like the hell with this damn snow. I'm going out to Cali.
Now here's the thing. Now,
hopefully I'll run into a fast talking black man from Detroit that can help me solve my crimes.
Now here's the thing. Cutting to where Sue was saying about feeding them and stuff. D brought up me and him were talking about this movie offline and stuff, and D brought up a good point. So, Billy's mom just frying chicken in the kitchen, huh?
Yeah, she just got chicken just laying around.
Perfectly fried chicken, by the way.
No, perfectly No, actually, I looked at the no, this is what Angie said. I say this, so this savagery did not come from me. She looked at that chicken. She's like, ugh, ain't no seasoning. It looked like it's undercooked. White people chicken, man.
With the most blandest fried chicken ever.
No, guys, I really gotta stop both of y'all. First of all, I don't know what the hell she had plans to do with that chicken. How is it that half chicken was actually fully fried and another part of it wasn't even cooked?
Yeah. Again, I agree with.
Now here's the kicker about.
Hold on, because I saw one of the Gremlins take a bite out of that bitch, and I said, "Hold up, that chicken still got some red in it."
Yeah, nah. You better dump that back in there, man.
Now here's the kicker about this. So they're feeding on it now. One thing now, you might be asking yourself, well, how come Gizmo didn't eat? I guess maybe because Gizmo is the most self-restraint creature. Because even Gizmo's like, nah, nigga, I ain't ready to eat. I don't want to eat.
And also the fact that it's also the fact that Gizmo is patient zero.
Yeah, and patient zero. Yeah, they started the art break, but kind of wasn't their fault.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Gizmo will be looking at Corey Feldman and saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't ask you, Corey Feldman, to dump freaking plant water on me."
Yeah, that's true.
That being said, when you look at this whole movie again, this could have been easily went into us talking. This whole movie easily could have fit into our month of September when we were talking about when white people fuck with nature. This easily could have been that same month because it was all.
It could have been. Now, D, it could have been, but we got to keep this in mind. What happened with Gremlins, that was a freak accident.
Yeah, that was a freak accident.
See, white people fucking with nature would have been, hey, the Gremlins have already multiplied. Let's go ahead and add freaking shark DNA, snake DNA, and all these different DNA from different animals and turn them into weapons. Let's make them be invisible and shit.
Eris, I'm going to stop you. We have yet to get to Gremlins 2.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
You never seen Gremlins 2, have you? Oh Jesus. Oh.
I've only just watched the first one.
Side note, Eris, on Gremlins 2, they really WB goes full tilt WB in that fucking movie. Holy shit!
Because they already started in this. You can see WB sprinkled all over this movie. No, they say, you know what? Nah, let's go all the way with it.
They went all the way. Holy shit! Again, Death Cakes is actually going to do that movie, and I pray to God that they actually touch on it. Holy fuck! I mean, like talking about a fucking studio. Talk about a studio whipping their dick out and just slapping you in the face constantly.
Son, Key and Peele did a skit that is perfectly encapsulate the madness of what that second movie brought out. So, yeah, I know what you're thinking. Like, wait a minute, was white people fucking with it? Not exactly, but we'll get there. Don't worry. Three Black Geeks is definitely
Put this way, Sue. Hulk Hogan pops in there and almost Logan leg drops a gremlin. That's all you need to know.
No, I gotta watch this movie now.
That's how stupid the fucking movie is. I'm like, God damn it
now. No, I really want to watch this now to see.
Chris, Chris, you forgot. Hogan also breaks the fourth wall when he does it.
Okay, stop. Okay, let's get back to this.
Let's get back to the movie.
Let's get back to this.
Yeah, because like I said, the second movie, son, is one of the greatest, best, worst sequel ever made, man.
No, D, I get it. Trust me, I get it. It's basically the rule book gets thrown. No, the rule book gets thrown out the window and set on fire.
Now,
the rule book gets raped, then set on fire, doused in water, and then gets raped again, and then gets burned one more time, just to make sure it's dead.
Now here's the thing. So the Gremlins, right? So the teacher, Glenn Turman, black man, he's all fascinated. Now here's the thing. I always like the term. I'm like, hey Glenn, you're not acting like a typical black dude, because a typical black dude would be like, you know what? I'm fucking done. It's in a cocoon. I'm out of here. No. Glenn decides.
Well, you gotta remember, he's a scientist.
Now, here's the thing. I'm looking at Billy like, so Billy, your 4 years of high school, you did not know about metamorphosis? This is your first time knowing about this?
Also, Billy, did you tell him that you fed the mogwai after midnight? Did you mention that to him?
No,
you
because
didn't?
Glenn Turman fed his at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on. I don't think he fed him because remember
he gave him the sandwich. Remember, he slid the sandwich.
No, he didn't.
No,
I thought he did.
didn't. No, he did it.
No,
Oh,
he didn't.
okay. I thought
First of all, he ate the sandwich himself, and he said, "You know what?" He said, "Lower, little guy, I'm gonna call it a night." He didn't bother to put the sheet over the cage and nothing like that. No, that little gremlin sat there and said, "You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna reach my hand out. I'm gonna grab that aluminum foil that sandwich is sitting on. I'm about to eat this bitch."
And he did.
Hey,
Like he can keep the potato. Like hold on, he can keep the potato chips. I want that sandwich.
It must be
as the
best.
young kids would say, break down.
That must be the best fucking turkey sandwich that dude was eating. Because I mean,
Hey, good question, y'all. Good question. What song was he singing when he left school? Was it a Christmas song or no? Hold on. Okay, when he left, what Negro classic was he singing? Was he singing 10 Days Silent Night or was he singing This Christmas? That's the only question I need to ask.
yeah. So
Actually,
here's the
no. He was singing neither one. He was singing compared to what from Eddie Harris.
Really?
The Temptations one, that one, yeah, that happened.
Like, I'll see you tomorrow.
So here's the thing.
Walks off the screen.
Christmas.
No. Walks off the screen. I like being black in a white only town.
Yeah. Now you see, here's the thing. Apparently that didn't work out for him because his gremlin fucks him up.
Actually, that gremlin. No, you're right. Because I'm trying to think.
Oh no, because Billy
Billy
rolled up in there and he saw the needle in his ass and was like, "Oh shit! Oh damn, what happened here?"
Yeah. I remember that wasn't.
You was partying.
I know, right?
That was just his gremlin that took him out. I remember Stripe was at home.
Yeah, Stripe was at home already. Was like, shit's about to fucking get shit's on.
Gizmo got tortured, man. He got tortured. And he got tossed down the laundry chute.
Yeah.
Gizmo had this look of terror that on his face was like, yo, I done told these white folk, don't you do. No, actually, two things. There's two things about that scene that really pissed me off. Now, it's one thing for the doctor to leave it. It's one thing for the teacher to leave his sandwich out in the open like that. That's one thing for that. But Billy, you ought to know it was past midnight when you gave him the chicken.
Oh, no.
You should have knew.
First of
There's
all,
no excuse in that, in my opinion, man.
No, first of all, the only reason why he didn't know is because he assumed. Well, I wouldn't say assumed. He knew that the clock was plugged in, and it was because he walked down to get the chicken. He looked at it and said, well, I guess it is after midnight. So guess what? They already pre-planned that shit.
Oh, yeah, they broke their clock because even when he showed his mom, he's like, what the hell's going on here?
What's going on here, Mom?
Now, here's the thing. I gotta say shout outs to Billy's mom because she was a fucking G. Now any other written movie,
this was honestly one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Any other movie would have had the Gremlins would have killed the mom and that would have been it. No, this movie was doing opposite. The mom was like, look, I just fucking cleaned this goddamn house. Y'all ain't fucking my house up. Fuck this. She proceeds to fucking take out Gremlins.
Like she first took. No, I like how she went for the knife. Like she went for the butcher.
She's smart. I had the DJ Khaled. You smart.
Like hold on, she went for the butcher knife first, and she was making her way up the stairs. But oh no, they were in the kitchen. The first gremlin was inside of what was it? The first gremlin.
The blender, I believe.
Yeah. The first one was inside the Peltzer blender. She said, "You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and activate my husband's shitty invention. Holy shit, this actually did something."
Yeah,
like it was good for something. It blended that bad boy up. And then the other one hopped out and she went fucking American Psycho on that gremlin by stabbing the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I like the other gremlin. Did she? Oh, holy shit! She did. With the third gremlin, she did what Andy's mom should have did with Chucky. Chuck his ass in the microwave and watch him blow up.
Hey, I gotta say, for instance, that blender though, that's a hell of a fucking industrial strength blender. Holy shit,
dude! That's the Peltzer brand. The Pilcher brand makes a blender. Don't let me sell it to you, Chris. Don't let me sell it to you, man.
You know, the whole I was looking at her body count. I was like, holy shit, she's 3 for 3 right now. Can't she
really
go
is.
for 4?
Here's the thing. For a kid, for something that wasn't even rated R, it was like, yo, that shit was fucking brutal as hell. I thought they were actually going to show her stabbing it, like actually see the stabbing motion in it.
Now
I gotta get you. That wasn't going to happen because they were puppets. You know.
No.
You know, that's amazing. They don't show puppets getting stabbed. I never understood.
Yo, microwave, stab, and blender. That's 3.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. This is also going in the list of of things that people didn't know. This movie, much like how Mortal Kombat introduced the rating system, this was the first movie that started the PG-13 rating.
Really?
Yep.
Really? Huh? Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? You know, that's amazing because even into the 80s, you can still see tits in a PG movie.
Yeah,
I'm not even
it's like
you on that.
That was nothing. And the fact that also this movie was supposed to be originally, it was going to be a lot darker than what we got.
Yeah, I gotta say,
I can tell. Actually, I heard about that. That I did hear about. They were going to make it.
I can see that, and I think
it was really. Well. It probably wasn't even a test well thing. I think because you got to think of Spielberg's vision was, he wanted to make movies that nobody else made, but he was also really, I want to say family oriented is not the word, is that he really wanted movies that everybody could see.
Yeah.
So I think he was like, I want to make it dark, but not too dark where it's rated R and not every kid can see it, because back then, rated R actually meant something. Not no more. I don't even know why we even rate things anymore. But you know, that meant something back then. So I think, he would want to make it more so everybody can watch it. So I believe that.
Shout out to Stripe though. That dude was like playing the smart game. Like, you know what? I'm gonna let these other fools go after her, and I'm just gonna hang back.
Now, this is the interesting thing. Like between this and Temple of Doom. Because both movies were given a PG rating upon their release. And of course they were criticized for not being appropriate for kids. And to avoid being slapped with a rated R, with an R rating in the it was actually Spielberg who told the Motion Picture Association to put a rating between PG and R. Yeah. And so I'm sorry. Yeah, this movie wasn't the first to be given it, but this was the movie that started. It was responsible for the creation of it. The first movie to get PG-13 was Red Dawn.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That was PG-13? You think that would have been a rated R?
Yeah.
Even though I didn't
on August 10th, 1984, Red Dawn was the first movie to receive a PG-13 rating. Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Now, here's the thing. Stripe gets the bright idea. I need more of me since the other ones are dead.
Stripe hops into the river or lake.
Yeah. He jumps in the pool.
No, hold on. First of all, he allows Billy to follow him into the YMCA. And he goes into the YMCA and he cannonballed into that pool.
Oh yeah, hold up, you forgot. First off, he dives out the fucking the little mini elevator, scratches Billy just to say fuck you, bitch, and then dives into
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
No, that reminds me of that Richard Pryor joke where Richard Pryor was fighting Muhammad Ali. I'd be like, all right, nigga, calm down. All right, calm down. I'm gonna let you go. Hit him real quick. Take that with you. That's all that was right there. Scratch, take that with you, bitch.
Only thing missing was Stripe literally saying wee. So Billy does this thing where he
shit.
Now Billy goes to the cops, and in typical movie fashion, the cops is like, "Yeah, sure, Billy, go home. Okay, go home." Just
go home. Here's my. Now hold on. Allow me to be Captain Hindsight for a second. Hey Billy, you just saw a gremlin jump inside of a pool. He didn't just get doused with a little bit of water. He jumped into a pool, which means there's going to be hundreds of them. YMCA is pretty much closed at this point. Why don't you just lock the door?
Oh, they can't break through windows.
But then again, yeah, you're right. They can break the windows, but I mean, while they're forming,
Yeah.
Because remember, it takes them a little bit of time, bro. You could have grabbed yourself a board, you could have nailed that place shut, put some chains up, or something. Nah, you decide to run to the cops and just leave the door wide open and let them bitches go running free.
And it starts one of the, as I always say in these kind of movies, moments of hijinks, because the Gremlins, first off, Mr. Funderman's bulldozer thing, they crashed through his fucking house, which is fucking hilarious.
They get murdered. If I'm not mistaken,
I love that one. I love that one because not only did they break down the wall, they brought in a theme song. Because as soon as the bulldozer would do, I was like, wow. Theme song came in with them. Who knew?
Dude was putting his mail in the mailbox, and they grabbed his hand. I'm pretty sure that dude died. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, he died. No, everybody that ran into a gremlin that night died. I'm putting it out there,
including the old lady that we were just like, wow, thank you, you got your comeuppance. The gremlin fucks with her electric chair that goes up the stairs, and she goes flying.
Boy, you know, it's kind of funny. As stupid as it was, seeing her fly out that window. Here's me.
You deserve that. You had that coming.
Satisfaction. And I like how the cops are like, okay, all right, let's get the hell out of here, Bob. Yeah, let's get out of here. And they didn't even know it because the gremlin underneath their car and ripped the brake line. And as they're getting away, they see more
Gremlins sing Christmas carols.
Gremlins sing Christmas carols. They flip over their car and go straight up Blues Brothers.
Oh yeah, you forgot Santa Claus gets fucked up by the Gremlins.
Oh yeah, of course. Come on.
Oh, man. He was done.
I mean, once the Gremlins get on your face and stuff, you're done. You're done.
Then we get a really surreal scene. Phoebe still at the bar with a whole lot of Gremlins who are smoking and drinking and
she's
fighting.
Giving them alcohol.
Giving him alcohol. Why is she giving him alcohol?
Now, here's my thing.
Why are you serving them drinks?
If water multiplies them, does alcohol do the same thing?
Hey Chris. I thought the same thing. Okay. This is the response I had, and this is the response that I got. Don't think too hard. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for thinking hard. That was the thing that came to my head. I'm like,
oh no, I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing too.
I thought the same thing.
That one gremlin that was underneath the tap that was drinking all the beer.
Man.
I was like, why are you not multiplying?
Oh, you also see the gremlin that was flashing Phoebe, and I'm like, that's the most dumbest thing ever, but okay, that's fine.
Actually, when I saw it, I was like, you know what, 1980s, don't change. Don't change. Don't
never.
change.
Did you love them playing cards and just, one of them is dressed in drag?
I didn't notice that.
Actually, I noticed that, but I love the fact that the one in drag whispered something in his ear, and whispered something in his ear, and he shot the other one. I was like, okay, what? Okay, are you two sleeping with each other? And number two, where did you get that gun?
I know, right?
No. You want to know who the best gremlin out of all of them? Not counting Gizmo or Stripe. You want to know who the greatest one was?
Don't say the blues one.
God damn it! He was
the only one that was sad.
He was he was sad, but at the same time, dude was cool as hell. My man had the cigarette. He got the jazz music playing. Like, wasn't he a hat or something?
Yes. You know what? Part of me feels that there was a backstory with him where he's just the one gremlin that didn't really want to take part in this. He's
thank you. That's what I want to know. I'm like, bro, I want to know more about you.
Where he's all like, you guys lost your way. What are we?
Hey yo. I'm gonna say it. Marvel Comics missed out on a prime opportunity to give us backstory.
Because again, you have to.
This movie came out now.
Because I gotta be real about this. There had to be at least one gremlin that was just like, God, I really don't want to take part in this shit. I really don't.
And you think it wouldn't be no one else besides Gizmo. No, even one of the gremlins that morphed from Stripe was the same. Where even he was like, nah, man, this shit ain't cool. What are we, the fuck are we doing?
We lost our way here.
I love that. What we doing, guys? This wasn't like it was back in the day. 15 minutes ago when we were born. This was
15 minutes ago.
All of a sudden, he pulled the Tracy Morgan. You changed, dog. You changed.
You changed, man.
So Phoebe finally gets the idea. Oh shit! Bright lights. I got a camera. 80s Polaroid.
Polaroid.
Camera flash. Like camera flash out the ass. Like, hey Phoebe, I got a question for you. How many rolls of film you got left in that camera?
Oh, did you peep Stripe in astonishing shock? Like, oh shit, this bitch can get real. Let me get out of here.
I like that. And did you like how the other gremlin came around that corner with the gun?
I'm like, yo, these gremlins just off the break know how to point guns. I'm like, and Darren had the ski mask.
He had the ski mask and the gun, and I like how it took him a collective 5 minutes to think about pulling the trigger.
But guess who saves the day? V-Dub in the house, dog. The V-Dub.
Yeah, baby. And he turned it back on. Can't go fucking nowhere.
Yo, she just looking at him like, did you put batteries in this month? Did you put gas in here? Did you put gas in this?
Hey, bitch! I could just leave you inside that bar where you was about to get molested by gremlins.
That one gremlin was about to show you how a gun works for a second.
No, he was about to show you what that grim do.
No, that gremlin was going to show you that he got the hammers.
What mouth do, man?
So Zach Gilligan, of course, was not the first choice for this movie.
I want to bet that Tom Cruise was a part of it. He didn't get picked.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, okay.
You want to know what it was? It was two people from the Breakfast Club that were
Estevez
and Judd Nelson.
First off, Judd Nelson is too hard edged for a movie like this because he would have punched a gremlin in the face.
Yeah. Estevez wouldn't be right for this movie, but
he could pull off. Here's the thing. He could pull off the sensitive Billy. He could.
But here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing about that. If you gave me a guess, you know who I was going to actually guess? I was going to actually say Charlie Sheen. I'm not even joking. I would have actually said him. And Charlie would have been probably pretty good for this too.
I was going to say Eric Stoltz.
Stoltz?
Yeah.
Stoltz had busy at this point, man.
Yeah, he had been busy. But no, the only reason why Zach and Phoebe even got their roles is because of the chemistry that they displayed for Spielberg during the auditions.
That makes sense.
For Spielberg. Hey, don't do that. You know what that makes me think? Spielberg did a lot of weird things with his actors and actresses. Yeah, now touch each other. Yeah.
No. See, here's the thing. It's Spielberg and Lucas are just. It seems as though in terms of them knowing who can connect, apparently Spielberg knows better because George Lucas did not know how to find two actors that can fucking connect us.
No, he couldn't. No, we already know that. We already know that. No, but I'm just saying, man, with all the stuff that's coming out in Hollywood, you know for a fact
there's a reason.
Spielberg, like, yeah, that's right, do it. like, yo, something went down during Jurassic Park we know about until Goldblum gets the idea. Molesters. Spielberg, yeah. That's coming out
like Spielberg. He did that. And that's chaos.
Oh man, Goldblum and Gremlins would have been awesome. Be like, Gremlins. Ooh, man.
Gremlins. There's a lot of them. There's like 1, 2, and 3. Oh, hello, you talk. Okay.
You talk. Oh man, you know what? Missed opportunity in Gremlins too, because yes, there's a Gremlin that talks, by the way. But missed opportunity. Could have had Goldblum and Gremlins too. Just putting that out there.
Look. They ain't too late to have a third one. I'm just saying.
So Phoebe.
Don't start that too late, ass nigga.
So Phoebe, they're in the scene. It's kind of a scene of where they're calming down and stuff like that before they go out into chaos. And
I know the scene. You're talking about.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go over real quick. And like the most darkest in a movie where the Gremlins are already killing people, but it's comedic purposes and stuff. The movie now all of a sudden, it's like Spielberg was like, but. It's like the whole movie is like Spielberg's like, no, we don't want to make it too dark. And then it got to the scene, all right, we're going to keep this dark moment here. Okay, so apparently Phoebe's dad, he left the family stuff. So I'm thinking Phoebe was just telling a tale of like, oh yeah, her dad left the family and, her mom's raising him. No, that's not what had happened. So her dad went missing and stuff. Come to find out, that her dad was dressed up as Santa Claus and tried to go through the chimney, got stuck.
No, snapped his neck got stuck.
Yeah, snapped his neck and got stuck. And the firemen
They
came
lit-
there and...
Then realized that when they tried to light the fire that the smoke wasn't going out the chimney, so the firemen come in and clean it out. They thought maybe a bird or a dead cat or something got stuck in there. No, it was my father. Yeah. And this line, this whole backstory that she gives Zach is one of the most controversial things where the studio and the director were going back and forth about that choice of dialogue.
I don't blame him.
Now, hold on. See, Dante, the director, he refused to cut out or change it in any way. He says, no, I'm keeping it in there. You can fight me all you want. I'm keeping that scene in there. It was already bad enough that Phoebe was already a controversial choice because of her infamous topless scene from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. The studio was already like, I don't know if we should get this girl.
The fact that Joe was still continuing to work, I had to be that one dude. Bold move, Cotton. Bold move. You talk back to Spielberg. It's still working.
Now, you know what that was? Joe was like this. Joe, you got to take it out, man. We don't even like Phoebe like that. Did you see her titties? Come on. Why we denying her?
Yo. And the fucked up part is he actually did clap. Did you see them titties?
Them titties.
Yeah. That's the funny thing. Both Spielberg and Warner Brothers executives wanted that whole scene cut.
Joe Dante was the one director that dared talk back to Spielberg.
This got to be visceral, y'all. It's got to be visceral, y'all. This got to be real.
Dante made it clear that, look, this is a perfect metaphor for the film itself.
Yeah. Hey, it got him back for Gremlins too, so, hey, clearly he knew something.
No, Spielberg, like, all right, you so good, direct this piece of shit.
Now, of course,
fucking made money.
That
was spiteful Spielberg.
and with Roger Ebert giving this film 3 stars, he actually singled out this scene and said, "Hey, you know what? This isn't a great tradition of 1956 sick jokes."
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure Spielberg is
but
I'm pretty sure Joe Dante looked at Spielberg like, "See, Ebert said I was right. Go fuck yourself."
When I hear all that, I'm thinking to myself, okay, so let me get this shit straight. This nigga thought, hey, let me slip down the chip. Your dad was stupid. I'm sorry. Your dad was stupid. Like, that was really stupid.
Yeah.
Also, just real talk. So none of y'all smelled that dead body in there?
Nah. It was only one day, D, so you don't smell a dead body, so you know.
Come on, D. You smell a dead body. Trust me. Shit goes out somewhere.
Yeah. So
smell that.
So they go out to the town. The town's a ghost town now, so I guess everybody's either dead or they got to a single location to nurse their wounds.
Sounds like Pleasantville, USA, getting out real quick.
So apparently the Gremlins decided, hey, we want to watch cartoons in a movie theater, and they gather at the local cinema. So Billy is like,
to watch Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This is the matchup of Disney and Warner Brothers when they were not fighting with each other, but at the same time they still weren't talking to each other. It's a weird relationship these two companies have.
So. Since they're in there, Billy decides, hey, we're going to burn this theater down and blow it up. And they do.
Cool.
But the
I like
thing
how
of it is,
that almost didn't work. I'm like how that almost didn't work.
See, folks, it almost didn't work because when they went behind the projection, it was starting to blank out into a white screen, and they saw the bodies, and Graham was like, oh, shit, they about to fucking kill us. And they chased after them.
Wait a minute. I hate to be that. I hate to be that one nerd. I hate to really be that one nerd, but I haven't seen Snow White in years, but I know Hi Ho doesn't come a minute before the movie is over with. So
clearly they cut to the chase, D. That's how it works.
Actually, no. Like that's all WB was willing to give Disney. Okay.
Now, time out for a second. So that movie theater, right? Is this the same on Back to the Future? Because that looks like the Hill Valley Theater that Homeboy ran into in 2.
Man, there's nobody on this movie that had anything to do with Back to the Future. And everybody got the joke by now. Okay, go.
Now, here's what had me rolling. Stripe is that dude that your friends actually get the food. No. Your friends ask you to get stuff, they get back, and they already left. That's what Stripe did. He sees the theater blowing up. He's like, what the fuck? I was getting the food. What the hell's going on here?
Nigga had a whole bunch of stuff in his hand, like, yo, man, we about to chill on Christmas Eve, man. Shit blowing up, man. I bet Billy, little bitch ass, did this shit
and then
too.
he sees Billy and then dips. Promptly was like,
I like how Phoebe off the break said, there he is. He was like, oh shit.
Drops the candy and dips.
That nigga dropped it and rolled out. I'm like, oh damn.
So this is where the movie ends up getting wacky. Well, it's already wacky as is. Why am I saying that? But he's literally, eating candy and riding a skateboard. So they're searching around, the department store for Stripe.
And something tells me, no, not something tells me. It's like, quick, somebody give Gizmo, quick, give Gizmo to do something cute right now. Gizmo hops in a car.
And also,
he hops in a Barbie car and starts running everywhere. I'm like, this movie got a little bit wacky on me, man.
We also forgot Billy gets what your dad used, that you said your dad used in your joke. He grabs a bat, about ready to go about to kill him some Stripe, but Stripe is out for blood because he throws one. He was in the hardware section throwing fucking saw blades at Billy, and I'm like, okay, he's out to kill you, dog.
And I like how Stripe had the wherewithal not only is Billy pinned, but what made it better is that Stripe had enough time to plug in a chainsaw and take the chainsaw to Billy.
Hey, yo, Billy got a wooden bat, by the way, too. It ain't metal, but like,
and Billy will be like, stay away from me, stay away from me.
Like, hold up,
like, nigga, you don't stand up, just stand up, Billy.
Now hold on, I did like how Stripe comes in with the chainsaw. He's revving it up, right? And and Billy has that look like, oh shit, where'd you pull these off from? The only thing that was missing was for Stripe to look at him and say, naughty leg, huh?
No bullshit. No, you want to have this. You don't want to have you. Hola, doing.
Yo, and Stripe busting out fucking crossbows and just everything under the sun.
Look. Angie said it the best way. Where he's like, I'm like, yo, where did he get that crossbow at? Angie was like, you know what, D? The better question is, how did he get that accuracy with that crossbow?
Actually, even better, the fact that all this was taking place inside of a Montgomery ward.
I know, right?
You know what's funny? I gotta be real about this, man. Montgomery Ward over there in District Heights, it was just like Iverson Mall where it just lingered. It fucking lingered.
Man, Montgomery Ward hung around as long as it could, man. And I thought it was like really, really sad when it finally closed down. That the only thing that existed from that Montgomery Ward was why only in this section of the city? Why the only thing that lived was actually the auto parts store in the bottom part.
I know, right?
That was the only thing that lived. And lived an extra year after the store closed down. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but Gizmo gets the idea. Yeah. He sees the fact that, hey, bright lights, that will kill the gremlin. And basically he's up, through the freaking losing the hook, the stuff to open it, ends up killing the gremlin.
Yeah, ironically, funny story is that Gizmo was not originally. Gizmo wasn't supposed to be the hero of this movie. It was actually supposed to be Billy.
Yeah, I can tell this was a studio change too, because you gotta think about it again. Again, you gotta think about it. Gizmo's the cutest thing in this whole fucking movie. Let's get him to save the day, because I'm pretty sure Spielberg was enamored with the Gizmo puppet.
Now, bear in mind too, Stripe is on top of the fountain. He already used his gun, and Billy can't do anything because Stripe is just like, "Hey, I'm just going to use this fountain to do that." And Gizmo,
more me, nigga.
And comes Gizmo pulling the best stunt man ever, and he opens the blinds and bam, melts fucking Stripe along with all the stuff in his back.
And of course the cute moment happened because they bright light. Oh yeah. Hide him.
Yeah, hide him, please.
Light him up.
Yeah.
That nigga just died. That nigga just fried. It was just awesome how he just
Yeah.
The only thing that was
that
missing.
right-
Hold on, and the only thing that was missing, and we gotta do it for CJ, was looking back saying, "I like the way you die, boy." Ugh, God, I hate myself for that.
I like the way you fry, boy.
Stop! Just go somewhere.
Now hold on. Now when we see Stripe die, just melt away into that puddle of goo, I said to myself, "Holy crap!" Like, first of all, the skeleton was what fell in the fountain, and of course Billy doing the classic horror movie thing. "Oh, let me just walk in and investigate a little bit. I mean, a little glowing water. I see the bubbles, and I'm just hoping he's still dead." And bam, jump scare. No, Stripe is good and dead.
Yeah.
You fought the good fight. You fought the good fight, sir. But down for the count.
Right.
Yeah.
There will, son.
That'll do, Stripe. That'll do.
Yeah. I like how the dad rolls in there all casually in Montgomery Ward, like, a death is happening. Interesting.
You know what? I had a revenge for this, Dad. Now's not the time. There are many dead people around this area.
Now, you know what's funny is that, I know I'm jumping ahead to the sequel, I like how the dad took advantage of what happened and he made gremlin dolls out of that shit. It's like the dad was like,
I forgot he did that, man.
It made money apparently. I'm like, well, I guess kids like gremlin dolls, so all right. Cool.
Hey man, look, man. Hey man, he knew when he saw Gizmo, he knew it was it, man. And when he saw that little motherfuckers can reproduce, he was like, "Oh hell yeah!"
Meanwhile, Master Po comes into the house like a ninja, and
great, it's Poe.
Master Po rolls in there.
Bro, rolls in like a ninja is an understatement. He literally ninja'd his way into the scene.
Yeah, and basically he's just like, "So you let Gizmo watch television?" It's like, and
No, that was the only thing that was missing. White people.
Yeah. So basically, Master Po is taking Gizmo, and apparently, so basically he takes them, and they're leaving, and that's the end of the movie and stuff. And even Billy is just kind of sad that Gizmo has to go too. Like, "Dad, why are you letting the weird Asian guy take my pet?"
Billy, you're like 29.
You're still living here, son,
No.
right?
But that being said, Gizmo did say bye. Tell Billy bye.
You forgot.
Which by the way, I like how a lot of the stuff, like a lot of the dialogue from the Gremlins themselves, was ad-libbed.
Yeah.
Like they weren't really supposed to talk.
Yeah, of course.
I think you got to think that had to be a post-production type of thing where they were like in post-production they were doing like the ADR. You had to think that Spielberg or whomever else was over top of it was like, let's give them just a little bit more personality and have them say like it ain't all the way English, but like most like the bright light thing, or make it just sound like they're saying bright light, not exactly like like you can kind of make it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I noticed that with all their dialogue, it was kind of like that.
Yeah.
Even the blues gremlin.
Yeah. And the thing of it is, Master Po pulls the Uncle Ben. With my guai comes great responsibility,
Nigga, that's what you get for giving that shit to white people. You should have known this was going to happen.
So, they ended up, Master Po and Gizmo, they walk into the background of the Hallmark Channel background, apparently. And, that's the end of the movie. I'm like,
But seeing that this was your first time seeing it, you loved it. I got a question. What exactly was the thing you loved the most? I really do want to know that.
I believe what I really loved most about this movie was the use of practical effects. The practical effects is what got me. Just like, for example, when you see Billy tell Gizmo good night and he goes to sleep, that's actually Gizmo sitting on his freaking bed.
Yeah.
The thing about it,
because the whole time I pictured this movie like, now what if this was what if this movie was made today? If Gremlins was made today, everything would be CGI, nothing would be practical, and it wouldn't feel the same.
Well,
wouldn't even feel like
that's the one thing I did say. That of course we're all missed those type of practical effects. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
I think the only thing I don't like about practical effects is like when it really looks like a straight up puppetry. That's the only time where it's like, okay, this is stupid. Those are clearly puppets. But I get what you mean. It's more so like it's let's put it this way. It's like a fine touch. You know what I mean? It's like a fine touch. Like the fact tonight, and you saw the eyes close, you saw the ears go down. You know what I mean?
It wasn't even
the little things about it.
Like D, it wasn't even so much. It wasn't even so much as that. It's just the fact that they were actually there.
Yeah.
Like the Gremlins were there on set. Like it wasn't like a big blue screen or a green screen or they had to fake it or something like that. No, they were actually there on set, and that's what made the movie feel more realistic to me. Yeah. You know, I love movies that do stuff like this. Like you know, given this movie's dark tone and all the stuff that went down, you know, a certain director was kind of hinted at directing this movie, but instead ended up going to Dante. That was Tim Burton.
Tim Burton, really? Back then?
Yeah,
all the way back then in the 80s. Wow.
Apparently Hollywood, because they apparently liked what he did with Frankenweenie.
Yes, back when Tim Burton could do no wrong.
You know, Tim Burton was hinted at being a possible director for this movie, but it just didn't happen. Instead, you know, the funny thing is, instead, he went on and released his first theatrical feature, which was Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
The greatest movie ever.
Which the greatest movie ever. But I think, but you know, when you have this same type of, I think it's really weird. You know, this is a Christmas movie, and we have barely mentioned anything about Christmas. This is actually a straight up Christmas movie. Everything happened on Christmas Eve, and you know, yeah.
Hey,
sorry, CJ. Just one more quick thing. This just goes into what I said earlier about what would happen if Gremlins was made today. Now, of course, there has been talks about a reboot to Gremlins, but even the writer Chris Columbus himself said, "I don't see how a reboot would even work." Now, about 6 years ago,
it wouldn't work.
Now 6 years ago, he said, and I quote, that I think it's impossible to recreate Gremlins in a CGI environment. I think it'll inevitably lose some of its charm. Because those are edgy Muppets in a sense, and you don't want to lose that sense of anarchy that the Gremlins had, because behind the scenes are 25 puppeteers making them come to life.
Yeah,
exactly. You have, you know, and it was the one thing I was talking about. I was having a conversation with somebody about when it came to CGI and practical effects. I truly understand why you can't do practical effects like you used to. Yeah, I understand it's time consuming. It's a lot of money going into it, and this and that or the other. We still see horror movies that are being made independently and all that put in time and effort on really, really good effects. You know what I mean? And it's amazing, but it is not so much. It really just falls on the production itself. You know what I mean? You can't expect everything to be practical. That's the only thing that's a problem with a lot of things, and I think a lot of movies think they dodge that, but no, you don't. You kind of don't. No. You kind of don't. Nothing beats the realness of certain things, and nothing beats the what's everything alive. You can't do it, and the main reason why he said you can't do it is just one good reason. It's not just because of that, but you can't take a movie that's mostly practical effects and then try to make it CGI, because it will just look super phony. Just looks super phony. You can't do that. Yeah. You can't do it. Now, that's the reason why if we see, compare that to another movie that's I'm not even going to give no example here, but let's just go with Avatar. Oh, we're going to make that practical effects. Have fun. Have freaking fun. Do you know how expensive that
You saw what they did when they tried to make the T-Rex in Jurassic Park practical and stuff, and they had you combine both CGI and practical.
Yeah, you had to combine both.
Because it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money just to have that moment when dude was in front of the T-Rex. That was practical. But the chasing and all that stuff.
That's one thing.
Yeah, that's one thing for
God,
that.
Yeah, it's really hard to say we're going to make this practical effects movie into a CGI movie that looks ugly, it looks stupid. Let's go make a CGI movie into a practical effects. Have fun. You know how expensive that piece of shit is going to be.
Now,
It's going to look cheap and look all the rest of that. So yeah, of course. I hate how Hollywood just thinks, just do it anyway.
yeah. Now here's the
That
thing.
doesn't work.
Now here's the thing. And maybe just because of the times and stuff, this is kind of like, I always say, this was like the golden age where every movie could thrive and stuff, right? So, you know what movie went up against Gremlins opening weekend?
Which one? Go ahead. I don't know. Is it
Ghostbusters.
one?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like they came out the same
And
year.
they both raked in some money. Ghostbusters edged out by like $1 million, but they both raked up some pretty good money opening weekend.
Yeah, cool. What else? Was there anything else going out of that month? Out?
Indiana Jones
I mean,
Temple of Doom.
Jesus.
Star Trek 3.
dude,
yeah.
it's
Like,
like, dude, it's
not.
not.
I mean, come on.
Oh, hold on, dude. It's 1984.
Yeah.
It was nothing but smash hit movies.
All these
that came
all
out.
the movies I'm listing are 84 staples. Beach Street, which actually debuted at $5 million, so I'm pretty sure it hit its budget off the break opening weekend. The Natural, Romancing the Stone, Breakin', Streets of Fire.
All right, hold on. Ain't no way in the world Romancing a Stone. Don't you dare call that a hit, Chris. Don't you dare call that a hit.
It's a hit.
No, it wasn't. You go home. That's like, oh God, what was that? What was that Matthew Modine movie? Oh, nah, nigga. Look, that is one step better than that Matthew Modine movie that you love so much.
Which one?
Cutthroat Island.
I don't like that movie. What are you talking about?
Yes, you. Thank you.
I'd rather watch Romancing the Stone and the sequel and shit. At least it had Danny DeVito in both. Fuck it. Might as well.
Deal breaker. How was that a deal breaker?
Danny DeVito was in both, so off the break, it's like, well, clearly I'm here for...
Anyway.
Police Academy, Once Upon a Time in America, 16 Candles, and Footloose. If that isn't an 80s lineup of movies, I don't know what to tell you.
Man, that's when studios had to be careful about what they put. Blame the 90s. Again. Blame the 90s. People want to sit here and worship. Every time we do this little lineup thing, when we do it in the 2000s, notice people like, okay, that was an all right weekend. And when we go in the 80s, we're like, man, those are monsters. Those are monsters. The 90s, we were like, yo, what the hell? No wonder that movie made money. It was by themselves. It's always fun. That's just funny, man. I tell that to everybody.
The 80s was just hits upon hits. Like, Jesus.
It is funny. I always say, yeah, sure, the 90s had really good movies in it, but really open your eyes. That's where movies took a really big hit of being cheap. So
I think our boy Troy mentioned that. He was like, just look at the movies in the 90s. It's not a lot of hits like people remember. Just FYI. Like
the 2000s and 90s had the same problem. I think the 2000s kind of edged itself out towards the end of the decade, but even then it was like, yo, these are terrible.
Yeah, but it's just like heavy hitters. I mean, even Beach Street, I was like, damn, Beach Street came out the same fucking weekend? Damn.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So yeah.
That's Gremlins.
Yeah, I'm glad. We did it. Go ahead.
I gotta be real with you guys. The next two movies are favorites of mine. I'll be real.
Yo, and I'm glad we're finally doing this next one because DJ Sue has been hunting me down for the last 4 years since we've been doing podcasts. Hey D, when we gonna do Trading Places? Hey D, you know what would be really good? Trading Places. Hey D, when we gonna do Trading Places? Hey D, how in the hell have we not done Trading
Even years
Places?
ago.
Well,
Even years ago.
Guess.
Oh, go.
Guess the fuck. I'm sorry. Well, it is all good. Well, guess the fuck what? We finally doing that shit, and I hope DJ Sue is appreciative of the fact we're finally going to do this Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd classic.
And the funny thing
finally
is,
talk about the Duke brothers too, also.
And the funny
we finally
thing
talk
is,
about the whole story of the Duke brothers.
It is Sue. Years ago when we did Eddie Murphy month, I think it was me and him pushing it, and I think we might have got outvoted somehow for some weird reason.
I don't know how y'all got outvoted. There's only three of us.
I think it was the choice. I think it was the choices that we had.
CJ, you know what it was. it was the freaking it was the damn wedge that came in and just made us say, shit, I gotta pick something else.
But this one is perfect because now we're doing Christmas movies, and I got to be honest with you, this is an underrated classic, which is Trading Places. Join us next week, why don't you?